Welcome back, everybody. I am Blade, and that is Joe. We are here to review Jessica Jones Season 2. How are we feeling today? Feeling good?
Done a lot this week.
Yep. So he's going to give you a quick rundown of the episodes, a quick synopsis of the series, and then we'll get into the review.
Yeah, so Season 2, Episode 1. Again, same as Season 1, it all starts with AKA, but I'm not going to say that for every episode name, so I'll say it for the first one. AKA, start at the beginning. Episode 2, Freak Accident. Episode 3, Soul Survivor. Episode 4, God Help the Hobo. Episode 5, The Octopus. Episode 6, FaceTime. Episode 7, I Want Your Cray Cray. Episode 8, Ain't We Got Fun. Episode 9, Shark in the Bathtub, Monster in the Bed. Episode 10, Pork Chop. Episode 11, 3 Lives and Counting. Episode 12, Pray for My Patsy. Episode 13, Playland. And then, Season 2 follows Jessica Jones as she investigates IGH, the organization that gave her her superpowers, while uncovering dark secrets about her past, including the shocking revelation that her mother, believed to be dead, is alive and has also been altered by the IGH. So, any hot takes about this one?
I like this season more than the first one, to be honest with you. I think the way that they set up all the characters is much better in this second season. It hooks me definitely a lot faster with some of the stuff, because the whole thing at the beginning is it's sort of Jessica Jones being framed for a murder that she didn't commit.
Yeah.
So she's got to prove her innocence, and then she finds out that it was her mother who committed those murders, and she has like this brain damage from the accident, but she was obviously kept alive and is now enhanced just like Jessica, and they form a sort of relationship. And then by the end of the series, Jessica is trying to take care of her mother and get her out of the country so that she doesn't get put in prison. And then Trish shoots her in the face.
Oh, there
so
you go.
Yeah. And you've never seen Jessica Jones, right?
I only saw a couple episodes from the first season.
Yeah, so Trish Walker is Jessica's like adoptive sister.
Oh, okay.
And best friend. So
that's an interesting way to end it.
Yeah.
But hot takes though, because it's not really. I don't know if I'd say saying season 2 is better than season 1 is really.
Okay, I think that. All right.
I mean, if that's all you got, that's fine. But I just wanted to make sure that you didn't actually have a hot take for it.
No, I guess not.
Okay. Was this a good season?
I would say so.
I mean, you said the first season was good, so
yeah. I think I would rank this just above season 1.
Okay.
Those of you who have been paying attention know where it's going to rank, but those of you who don't, stick around till the end to find out.
So, good season. How are the CGI and stunts?
Better than the first season. We actually get to
learn from their mistakes of the first one.
We actually get to see Jessica doing some of the stunts where she's jumping, and we get to see a lot more fight scenes in this season.
Good. I mean, I'm sure after Daredevil season 2, they were like, we got to up it a little bit.
Yeah, let's step it up.
Sure, they were like, yeah, we don't have to go that far, but
yeah, for sure. But I definitely think that the action got a lot better in this season.
Yeah, I believe it. And again, like as the show goes on, especially as I know the Netflix shows for the most part didn't have like extreme budgets, like nothing like Stranger Things had.
Oh yeah, definitely
not.
Because at the time these shows were coming out, it was still like lightning in a bottle. Like nobody thought that this superhero thing was going to last.
Yeah,
and people still don't today. They think it's still just like
they're still like, oh, this will end any day now.
Yeah,
but
no,
we're still here.
We're sticking around.
Still here for now, anyways. Who knows? Maybe after Doomsday we won't be, but
and then we got to move over to DC.
Yeah, which I mean, if worse comes to worse, we'll get through. We'll get through some stuff. But do you think this season fits into the MCU?
Yeah, we actually get a lot of references to the wider MCU in this series.
More events.
A focal point of the series is Jessica trying to stop her mother from going to the raft. Because that's where they send like enhanced individuals. We obviously saw the raft for the first time in Civil War. So it ties directly into the MCU in that way. We also get a lot of references towards like super soldiers and everything like that. Not directly, but like, you could tell that like oh, they're creating enhanced human beings. You know, it's
yeah. So it kind of makes itself fit as even really well into the modern Marvel. But any favorite episodes for this season?
Episode 7 and episode 11 were probably my two favorite. Episode 7, which was what was it? What was the name of that episode?
7 is I Want Your Cray Cray.
Yeah. So that the title completely threw me off, but it became one of my favorite episodes, not of the second season, but just of the entire series. It shows you the origin of Jessica's mother and Jessica and Trish. So when Trish was younger, her mother would sort of push her out into the public eye. She was a child TV show star. Okay. So when she grew up, she was obviously surrounded by all that. She was an addict by the time she was older. She had a lot of problems when it came to stuff like that. And it was very dark. But Jessica always stuck by her side, and they had a big falling out. When they had this falling out, she left the club that they were at, and she ran into one of the bartenders who she had just witnessed quit. They formed a relationship and began dating. They would be together. His ambition was to manage his own nightclub. So he's trying to make deals with all of these shady people to get this nightclub done, and they show up at Jessica in his apartment in order to try and like get the money from him. But Jessica, obviously, with her power, stands up to the guys and gets them out of there. And then later we see that they come back and they're willing to forgive all the money that they owe if they just give them Jessica. So he's like, okay.
I mean, he doesn't have any connection to her, so why should?
Well, I mean, they've been dating for a while at this point. It's more like
I thought you said he was dating Trish.
No, he's dating
Jessica. Okay, much bigger deal than
So
I misunderstood.
Yeah, so he's basically like, okay, I'll let you use her for crime and stuff, but I want a part of the cut. So they're like, yeah, and at the same time, Jessica's mother breaks out of the place she was being experimented on, is looking for her daughter, and sees that whole thing go down. And she goes over and kills the boyfriend.
Okay.
And then Jessica walks out of the bar that they were both at and sees him. And the way that she killed him was by taking his head and smashing it into a brick wall multiple times. So she gets to watch her daughter cry over her boyfriend. And,
very Fisk-like killing.
Yeah, it's a very gruesome episode, and it ends in a very, very interesting way where Jess, after seeing her boyfriend dead, goes to try and find Trish. And Trish is in the bathroom trying to get drugs from a guy.
Oh,
you can probably... Yeah. And that's what makes her kind of go straight. But now, in the present day, Trish has kind of fallen back into and she hasn't fallen back into drugs.
Stuff,
but in the first season, there was this character named Simpson Nuke with the pills and everything, giving him super advanced strength. He dies in like the second episode.
Oh, okay.
Jessica's
so he's not going to show up in
no. No. He's not showing up in Born Again. Jessica's mom like snaps his neck, and Trish sees the body and finds this inhaler, which basically gives her all the same powers. So she is now addicted to that stuff, and then she goes to the scientist who gave Jessica and Jessica's mom powers and tries to get powers for herself. That doesn't go well. She almost dies and is rushed to the hospital. But it's hinted at the end of the final episode that she is advanced now. So she has like heightened reflexes. I don't know what they're gonna do with that storyline. I haven't seen the third season yet, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, for sure. For sure, episode 7 is my favorite episode of the show so far.
Yeah.
My other favorite episode of the season is episode 11 because it brings back Kilgrave in a very interesting way.
Okay.
Kilgrave died at the end of the first season. Jessica Jones snapped his neck. But he comes back as sort of like a hallucination in the back of Jessica's head because Jessica found out that Jessica turns in her mother into the police and she's being held in prison. But one of the guards is like treating her very poorly. So she goes to the guard's house, tries to talk to him about like, what's going on and blah blah blah, and tries to like push him into like not,
Yeah,
and accidentally kills him.
Ooh.
So now this guy's dead. She has to fake a suicide or yeah, whatever. I don't care. And it's a
sewer slide.
it's a whole thing. And that's when Kilgrave starts coming back, because Kilgrave made her kill people.
Yeah, and
so it's
hide
like
the
stirring up these
evidence.
memories, and it's actually really cool because the way that he talks, you could tell it's definitely Jessica's own thoughts just manifesting in someone else, like talking about how she doesn't need other people, that she's weak for having these other connections, that she should kill more, and she's like, that's not me. And when she finally realizes that's not her, Kilgrave's gone.
Well, that's pretty interesting ones. And again, I only saw 1 or 2 episodes from the first season, so I have no idea anything that happens in this season or the next. But yeah, no, that you're making it sound like I should watch this one more than the first one.
I really like this season.
Yeah, no, I believe it. And again, it wasn't anything against the Netflix ones, but I just never got into Jessica Jones's one. So it was like,
oh, and I need to also talk about how Jessica realizes that the DGC IGH. Yeah. So how she comes across this like trail is this really fat middle-aged man comes to her place of business, Alias Investigations, and is like, I need your help. These people are like trying to kill me because I have superpowers. And she's like, sure, buddy. And like just kicks him to the curb. And he keeps coming back over like the first 2 episodes. And then Jessica gets like, he comes back and she like tries pushing him out, but he uses his super speed. He's the Wizard.
Okay.
And we see him, and then the next second he's running down the street and he gets a bunch of debris claps on him and he dies.
Oh.
And that's Jessica's mother doing that to try and help Jessica, but obviously it doesn't help Jessica, and that leads her along the path. But the reason why that encounter is so crazily interesting is because Jessica just got her family's ashes from Trish, because Trish found them in their old house, brought them to Jessica, thought she would like to have them. Jessica just left them sitting on her desk. In the fight, Wizard picks up one of the ashes, throws it at Jessica, and Jessica like backhand it and explodes the ashes all over her apartment. And then she's like freaking out, and I think she was about to kill Wizard, but Wizard got killed by somebody else. And then she goes home and she's just sitting there in her little brother's ashes. Yeah. And I'm like,
it's like,
damn,
like, dude, guys, come on, a little bit, tone it down, maybe.
Yep.
Oh man, but any favorite characters this season?
Yeah, Trish became a much more interesting character this season. She was interesting in the previous season, but she was more she was more of just a love interest to Nuke in that season, more of just like the damsel in distress. But in this season, we definitely got to see a lot more of her like inner struggle. Jessica, obviously a very interesting character, and we get a new love interest for Jessica, her new landlord, who is an illegal immigrant who has a son. And he's in a battle with his ex-wife, the kid's mother, and that's a whole plot point in the show. They do it in a bunch of paint because he's like an artist. It's very, very weird.
Okay.
But that he's one of my favorite characters. He was a very interesting character this season. And it's kind of upsetting because I know they're not going to end up together, because they had Luke Cage and Jessica Jones have a kid. And
that's already confirmed for Born Again.
Which is kind of sad, but you know.
Also, Luke Cage season 2 kind of says they won't end up together yet.
Yeah, but and then we have I love this character, but I can never remember his name. He's the I told you about the junkie from the first season, the one who became Jessica's like assistant. He gets a lot more to do in this season, where he's working with Jessica, like sort of an apprentice, but trying to become
the assistant.
Yeah, trying to become like an understudy of her, kind of. He wants to get into the business of private investigation and everything. By the end of the season, he's kind of sick of Jessica's BS, because like he's just sticking out for her. Like, he's there every morning. He fixes up her apartment by the end of the season because it was destroyed after the first season. He's doing everything he can to help her, and Jessica doesn't really appreciate it. So he leaves Jessica and goes to work for a rival private investigating company. And that's where we leave his character off in this, by the end of this season. And another one of my favorite characters, who I actually didn't like that very much in the first season, is Hogarth. She's the lawyer.
Oh, okay.
You see a bit of her in Daredevil, and you see a little bit of her in Defenders. She's the law office Foggy went to work for.
Okay, yeah.
So she actually develops a disease, like a motor function disease, and the same lab that created Jessica. Supposedly, there's a healer that came from there, which he's hearing from this girl who she brought in for Jessica because Jessica's trying to protect her as like a witness and everything. The girl just manipulates Hogarth into getting her boyfriend out, who's the healer. And then, after she realizes all of this, and her entire house has been robbed by these two, she goes, finds the girl, and is like, he has 6 other girlfriends. He uses them to rob and steal from people. And she's like, no, I didn't know that. And she's like, just slides a gun across to her and be like, how long do you think it's going to take before he leaves you two? And then she goes back inside, and Hogarth just sits outside and just hears the gunshot from outside. It was crazy.
Ooh.
I would definitely recommend you check this series out.
Okay.
The first season, the first 5 episodes are a bit of a drag, which we've already talked about. But once you get past that, I think everything after that point is great.
Well, at some point, if I ever have time in my life. But anything that stood out to you this season?
The emotional performance from the actress that plays Jessica Jones was really, really good in this season, because we see every layer of emotion depicted on her face, and it's just such great acting.
That's good. Anything else you want to bring up?
No, I don't think so. Oh, I am pissed off that they killed Newt, because he was one of my favorite characters from the first season.
Yeah,
but I guess it's fine.
I mean, the Netflix shows weren't shy about killing.
No, they were really not.
It's to their strength, personally. Like,
no, I agree. It is. It was like a shock when it happened, but it was just like, what? Come on.
Like, and I think that's part of why they tried to kill Foggy off for the first season of Born Again.
Yeah,
it's because they were like, oh well, we can match that. And
I'm also kind of glad they didn't bring Foggy back in season 2 of Born Again.
Yeah,
because I think it would have just ruined the whole first season. Because the whole first season brings up Foggy's death so much, and it's like, if he's not dead, then it's like the first season,
it undoes so much.
It's like,
and I mean, okay, so where are you ranking this one?
I'm going to rank this at the second to last of A tier. Currently, Jessica Jones is at the end of A tier, so one above
right
that.
Above.
Yep.
So low A, but not bad.
No, no.
Above the mid.
Yeah. None of the Netflix shows so far have gone under a B.
Yeah. No, there's been no flops. And
that's why I said I think that the Netflix Defenders universe is the best thing we've gotten out of the MCU.
Yeah, for the live action MCU stuff, which then you also have the ABC stuff, so
yeah, which actually
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and
which
everything.
Actually, I know some people were very upset we're not reviewing Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on the show. It has been confirmed by Kevin Feige, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is no longer canon to the MCU.
Okay.
So we don't have to watch it. So we're in the clear, everybody.
See, I would say maybe the first and second season.
No, it's been debunked.
No, I know.
Everything
but
with the
I'm
scrolls.
saying, like, the only things that would work with the MCU, even up until Phase 5,
it would probably be the first.
It would only be the first and second season.
Yeah.
After that, it gets a little too crazy because they have Sif show up in the first season. Like, they have random things that show up, and I think they get some mention of the Eternals on later seasons, and also the Inhumans, which I think we have to watch, don't we?
I don't think so. It's not canon.
I thought that was one of the ones that was in our list of things to watch.
No, it's not canon to the MCU.
Okay. If we don't have to watch Inhumans, I'm glad for that.
Yeah. One show I was thinking of adding was Agent Carter.
But that's an ABC one, so
yeah, I'm not sure if we should watch that or if we shouldn't, because the only shows that have been 100% confirmed canon as of this point are all of the Netflix shows, because all of the characters have returned in MCU properties at this point, except for Iron Fist, but we know he's coming.
Yeah, we already know he's in season 3.
Daredevil is fully integrated in the MCU. Punisher has showed up in Daredevil and is now going to show up in Spider-Man and got his own MCU one-shot, which came out. Also, I didn't even realize this, but when the Punisher one-shot came out, it was the day it was the day before the Punisher episode came out, which I didn't even realize, but that was just a funny. We have a lot of funny coincidences.
Yeah, these things have been lining up very well. We've been doing well on that without planning to.
When we started this, I just called him up one day and was like, "Hey, do you want to just rewatch the MCU?
I'll just come over and we can rewatch the MCU." And we were like, "Well, we could do podcast kind of stuff." And now here we are, and we're
And when we started it, we didn't plan for anything to happen. We literally were just like, okay, when we get to before Spider-Man No Way Home, we're gonna rewatch all the Spider-Man movies, and then we were like, wait,
well, if we rewatch Spider-Man movies, then
Brand New Day comes out right after we're done with the binge, and then we wanted to do all the shows, and then Punisher came out then, and then when we reviewed the first season of Daredevil, Daredevil Born Again season 2 came out.
Was coming out, man. Yeah, we've lined it up well without planning.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't plan any of this, which is the funniest part.
Yeah.
Yep. But with all that being said, this was my thoughts on Jessica Jones season 2. I'm Bladen.
It would be fun if down the line, if I get more time, I do my own and do like a separate tier list and see how it lines up with yours.
You could, yeah.
And then you do the questions to me, and I'll be like, oh, well, I kind of agree with you like that. I didn't agree with that. Like, it would be interesting.
That would be cool. Yep.
But not at this point.
Yeah, not at this point. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, do all the things, click all the buttons, and we will see you guys in the next one. Thank you, everybody, and goodbye.